Hello, and welcome back to Wise and Well. I'm so glad you're here with me today. Have you ever walked into a room, stopped in your tracks, and thought, now, what was I coming in here for? Or maybe you found yourself searching for your glasses only to realize they're sitting right on top of your head. If you're nodding along, don't worry, you're not alone. For so many of us, especially after 70, little moments of forgetfulness can start to creep in. And sometimes they make us wonder, is this just part of getting older? Or am I doing something to make this worse? Well, my friend, that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. Common mistakes that might be making you more forgetful after 70. And even better, simple, practical ways to fix them. Because here's the good news. Your memory is like a muscle, and with a few tweaks to your daily habits, you can keep it strong, sharp, and ready to roll. I'm not here to overwhelm you with complicated science or fancy terms. Instead, think of this as a cozy chat between friends. Me and you sitting down together, figuring out how to make life a little easier and a lot more enjoyable. So, grab a cup of tea or coffee, get comfortable, and let's dive in. Now, I want to start by saying something important. A little forgetfulness as we age is normal. Our brains have been working hard for decades, storing memories of birthdays, family trips, first jobs, and all those beautiful moments that make up a life. But sometimes, without even realizing it, we fall into habits that make it harder for our brains to keep up. And the great thing is, once we spot these habits, we can turn them around. So, let's walk through some of the most common mistakes that might be tripping up your memory, and how you can fix them step by step in ways that feel doable and even fun. First, let's talk about sleep. Oh, I know, we've all heard how important sleep is, but hear me out. One of the biggest mistakes I see is not giving your brain enough rest. Think about it like this. Your brain is like a busy librarian, sorting through all the books of your day, conversations, tasks, even that grocery list you're trying to remember. At night, while you sleep, that librarian gets to work, filing everything away neatly so you can find it later. But if you're not getting enough sleep, maybe you're staying up late watching TV or you're waking up a lot in the night, your brain doesn't get that chance to organize. And then the next day, it's like trying to find a book in a messy library. It's frustrating. I remember my friend Margaret, who's 72, telling me she used to stay up past midnight watching her favorite shows, thinking, oh, I'll catch up on sleep later. But she started noticing she'd forget names or where she parked her car. So she made a change. She set a gentle bedtime, around 10 or 10:30, and created a little wind-down routine, a warm cup of chamomile tea, some soft music, and no screens an hour before bed. Within a few weeks, she told me, I feel sharper already. I remembered my neighbor's dog's name, Rusty, without a pause. Isn't that wonderful? So, if sleep's been a struggle, try this. Aim for 7 to 8 hours a night. Keep your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. Maybe even add a comfy pillow or a white noise machine if that helps. And give yourself a little wind-down time. No phones or TV right before bed. Your brain will thank you, and you might just notice those little memory slips happening less often. Now, speaking of habits, another common mistake is not giving your brain enough exercise. And I don't mean running a marathon, though if you're doing that at 70, hats off to you. I'm talking about mental exercise. Just like your body needs a walk or some gentle stretching to stay strong, your brain loves a workout too. But sometimes we get stuck in a rut. Maybe it's the same routine every day. Breakfast, TV, a nap, repeat. And without even realizing it, we're not challenging our minds. I think of my Uncle George, who's 75 and sharp as a tack. He used to say, I'm too old to learn new things. But one day, his granddaughter convinced him to try a crossword puzzle with her. At first, he grumbled, but then he got the hang of it. Now, he does one every morning with his coffee, and he swears it's like a fog lifted from his brain. He even started a little garden, learning names of plants, rosemary, lavender, thyme, and he says remembering those keeps him on his toes. So, here's the fix. Try something fun and new, maybe a crossword, a Sudoku puzzle, or even a card game like Bridge with friends. You could pick up a hobby, knitting, painting, or even learning a few words in a new language like bonjour for hello in French. It doesn't have to be hard, just something to wake your brain up and get it moving. Start small, maybe 10 or 15 minutes a day, and watch how it adds up. You've got this. Okay, let's move on to something we all deal with. Stress. This is a big one. When we're stressed, maybe worrying about family, health, or finances, our brains get so busy juggling those thoughts that there's no room left for remembering where we put the car keys. I'll bet you've had a day like that, right? Stress is like a noisy neighbor in your head, distracting you from everything else. And after 70, we sometimes feel it even more because life can throw curveballs. Retirement, changes in health, or missing old friends. I'll never forget my neighbor Helen, who's 78. She was always worrying about her kids, her doctor's appointments, you name it. She'd forget dates or mix up her shopping list, and it made her even more stressed. One day, I invited her for a walk in the park, just a slow stroll, nothing fancy. We chatted, laughed about the squirrels chasing each other, and she said, "You know, I feel lighter already." She started doing that walk a few times a week, and then added a little trick, 5 minutes of deep breathing each morning. Just sitting quietly, breathing in through her nose for 4 seconds, holding it, then out through her mouth. She told me her mind felt clearer, and she even remembered her grandson's birthday without a reminder. So if stress is weighing you down, try a little fix. Take a gentle walk, maybe listen to calming music, or try that deep breathing. 4 seconds in, hold, 4 seconds out. Even 5 minutes a day can quiet that noisy neighbor in your head and give your memory some breathing room. Now let's talk about something we all love: food. One mistake that sneaks up on us is not eating the right foods to fuel our brains. It's easy to grab a donut or skip a meal when you're busy, but your brain needs good nutrition to stay sharp. Think of it like a car. If you put in low-quality fuel, it won't run well. Same with your memory. If you're not getting enough of the good stuff, fruits, veggies, healthy fats, your brain might start to sputter. I remember chatting with my friend Tom, who's 71. He loved his sweets, cookies, ice cream, you name it. But he noticed he'd feel foggy, forgetting little things like his dentist appointment. So he started small, swapping out a cookie for a handful of blueberries or walnuts. He added some salmon to his dinners, full of those omega-3s that brains love, and a big colorful salad with spinach, tomatoes, and carrots. A few months later, he said, "I feel like my head's running on premium gas now." It's not about giving up everything you love, just adding in the good. So try this. Toss some berries into your breakfast, maybe oatmeal or yogurt. Snack on nuts or seeds instead of chips. And aim for fish like salmon or tuna a couple times a week. Keep it simple. Your brain will light up, and those foggy moments might just start to fade. Another mistake we sometimes make is not staying connected. I mean socially. Spending time with people we care about. When we're alone too much, maybe because kids have moved away or we're not getting out as often, our brains miss out on the workout that comes from talking, laughing, and sharing stories. It's like your memory gets a little rusty from sitting still. I think of my Aunt Clara, who's 76. After her husband passed, she stayed home a lot, and she'd forget names or dates more often. One day, a friend dragged her to a book club, just a small group at the library. At first, she was shy, but soon she was chatting about books, swapping stories, and laughing again. She told me, "I feel alive, and I'm remembering things better, like the title of that mystery novel we read last month." Isn't that amazing? So here's the fix. Reach out. Call a friend for a chat, join a group, maybe a walking club, a church event, or even a virtual Zoom call with family. Even a 10-minute conversation can lift your spirits and give your brain a boost. You don't have to be the life of the party. Just a little connection goes a long way. Your memory loves company, and so do you. One more thing we sometimes overlook is staying active. Physically active, I mean. It's easy to think, "Oh, I'm past 70, I don't need to run around anymore." But moving your body isn't just for your muscles. It's a game changer for your brain too. When you get your heart pumping, even a little, it sends blood and oxygen to your brain, helping it stay sharp. But if we sit too much, maybe watching TV all day or staying in one spot, we're missing that boost. I love the story of my friend Ed, who's 73. He used to spend hours in his recliner, and he'd forget little things, where he parked or what he needed at the store. Then his daughter got him a dog, a little terrier named Max. Suddenly, Ed was walking Max twice a day, just around the block. Nothing fast, just a gentle stroll. He started noticing he'd remember more. Directions, errands, even a joke his buddy told him. He laughed and said, "Max is my memory coach." You don't need a dog though. Try a 10 or 15-minute walk. maybe to the mailbox or around the garden. If walking's tough, try chair exercises, lifting your arms or legs while seated. Anything to get moving. Your body and your brain will love it, and those forgetful moments might just take a back seat. All right, my friend, we've covered a lot today, haven't we? We've talked about how skimping on sleep can leave your brain scrambling, how skipping mental challenges can dull your edge, and how stress can crowd out your focus. We've looked at how the wrong foods might fog things up, how staying too solo can rust your recall, and how sitting still might slow your memory down. But the beautiful thing is, you've got the power to turn these around. Better sleep with a cozy routine, fun brain games like crosswords, a little stress relief with breathing or a walk, tasty brain foods like berries and fish, time with friends to lift your spirits, and a gentle stroll to get that blood flowing. None of this is about big, hard changes, just small, friendly steps to help your memory shine. You're not just getting older, you're getting wiser, and with a little care, your mind can stay sharp and strong. I believe in you, and I know you've got the heart and the grit to make these tweaks work. Life after 70 is a gift, and you deserve to enjoy every moment with clarity and joy. So, give one or two of these a try this week, maybe a walk, a puzzle, or a call to a friend, and see how it feels. Before I let you go, I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you've noticed about your memory lately? Or maybe there's a trick you already use to stay sharp. Share it with us in the comments. If you enjoyed this chat, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to Wise and Well so we can keep exploring ways to live better together. You're amazing, and I'm so grateful to have you here. Until next time, take care, stay strong, and keep shining. I'll see you soon.